Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, February 19th, 2026. Let's take a look what do we have on the economic calendar for today. What do we have here? And the data from Asian session? Yes, Australia posted employment change down from 68,500 to 17,800. Full employment change down from 56.9 to 50.5. But the unemployment rate steady at 4.1%, less than 4.2% forecast. ECB economic bulletin will be released at 10 o'clock. Then we have CBI industrial trend orders from the UK. ECB, the Windows will give a speech at 12:30. And that's about the London session. FOMC member Bostic will give a speech at 2:20. At 2:30 we got good trade balance from the US, initial jobless claims data from the US, and Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index and Philly Fed employment. What's more, another data scheduled for release at the same time: retail inventories excluding autos and trade balance, including exports and imports. And from Canada we got the new housing price index and trade balance as well. FOMC member Boma will give a speech at 2:30 as well. FOMC member Kashkari will give a speech at 3 o'clock. Pending home sales scheduled for release at 4 o'clock. Atlanta Fed GDP now scheduled for release at 4 o'clock. And then we have the crude oil inventories scheduled for release at 6 o'clock, and cash and crude oil inventories. Fed's balance sheet is scheduled for release at 10:30. 15 minutes later, we got trade balance data from the US. So that's about it. Very busy US session. So without any further ado, let's switch to the charts and we start with euro dollar. Euro dollar keeps moving lower, so this movement to the downside is way bigger than this impulsive movement to the upside. And now that's the reason why this movement to the downside is a part of a different cycle. We are about to touch the level of 1.1767, which is the technical support, and the low from the February 6th 2026. So it looks like the situation here might be quite interesting soon. We are already below the 1.1841, so this is now technical resistance. We are below those two levels here, which are the technical resistance as well, 1.1818 and 1.1808. And the market keeps moving lower. The market conditions are extremely oversold already. Nevertheless, some kind of a test of this level is welcome, and then of course pullback to the upside is being expected. So let me just make it wider a little bit so we can see what is the current situation here on this chart. Euro dollar looks like that. We are below the 100 periods moving average on a 4-hour time frame chart. And outlook remains bearish with a possible bounce to the upside. Very similar situation on cable. We just tested the lows for the February 6th. We broke below it, right? We got the test here, bounce, and the breakout lower. Now the market is trading at the level of 1.3479, that's the low, but the market conditions are already extremely oversold. Nevertheless, as long as we are trading below this trend line and below this red levels, of course those are technical resistance levels, and below 100 periods moving average, the outlook remains bearish. And as you can see, we got the last impulse to the upside, and then we got this movement to the downside repeated yet again. All right, let's take a look at another market. So the next market is of course the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, and now we see something different than we expected here. So we got this low at 152.28. Low of the January 27 was 152.11. So 17 pips. 17 pips. We have left 17 pips left for the for this low to be tested. Breakout to the upside from the range. So now this level here will now act as the technical support, at least temporary, and we are heading towards 100 pips moving average is already violated. We are heading towards 155.59. So movement to the upside from the extremely oversold conditions up to the extremely overbought conditions is already done. Nevertheless, it looks like it's been rising for the whole time, which means the last night. and we don't know where it will be stopping, possibly somewhere around this technical resistance. Gold market keeps doing nothing as it is trading just below the 100 piece moving average, $5,010 per ounce of gold, as the momentum went a little bit above the level of 50. Right now 55 points is the maximum momentum, so maybe the wave B is still being in progress. Nevertheless, this correction here is starting to look too time consuming, too complex and time consuming, right? So if this is the current situation here with the wave B, maybe we are developing some sort of the complex correction. Nevertheless, time-wise, this is already too long, and there is no leg to the downside, so the odds for the leg to the downside are getting lower and lower. So please consider this, that maybe our scenario ABC to the downside, impulsive wave A, wave B, corrective wave B, impulsive wave C, is presumably wrong, but there is no confirmation just yet for that. S&P 500 doesn't do anything these days. As usual, we are still inside of this range. Not much happened. Market just tested the 100 piece moving average, 6,906, just got reversed. A little bit lower. RSI for 54 points, so it's a positive, nevertheless not strong. So we're trading like this for whole night. And now the Bitcoin rejected from that trend line, rejected from the supply zone yet again. As you can see, it follows this trend line. This trend line is being tested. The market knows this trend line. The market recognizes this trend line. We should see another movement to the downside soon, unless this trend line is violated. Please notice that inside of this range anything can happen, right? Because right now this low is very, very close, and the bulls don't want the price to go towards this low, $60,000 basically, which is why we have some of the nicest reversal patterns here, like bullish engulfing and a very, very long lower shadow and a green candle here. But the movement to the upside was like the maximum, it was like 12,200 or something like this, right? So it's not that much, to be honest, as we lost, this is 50% from the all-time high, the level of 60,000, more than 50%. So jump, around 20%, it's not really impressive. And then we went down again, and then another attempt, and then we go down again, and then another attempt, maybe another attempt, and then we will go down again, because there is no movement to the upside without breaking above the supply zone. So please keep an eye on this situation. Keep an eye on 100 PS moving average, black trend line, this level here, the local low, $65,000, $65,117 with this negative momentum. We might see another attempt to test this level, and then maybe breakout or a test of the black trend line. So for now, very steady markets all around, except the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. So next analysis will be done tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.